Hi, I'm Hannah Weiss, the Director of Education at the Science Museum of Western Virginia, and this is your Moment of STEM. And this week, we're going to talk about the pocket shark. So, the pocket shark, right? It sounds kind of like it's a kid's toy, but it's not. It is an actual shark species. And this year, our known number of pocket sharks doubled. That's right. Earlier this summer, we moved up from 1 known pocket shark species to 2, which is ridiculously cool. What's even cooler, though, is this new specimen was found in the Gulf. So its common name, the name that most people are calling it, is the American pocket shark. So these sharks have the name pocket shark, both because they are really small. This new one that was found is only about 5.5 inches. But also because they have this tiny pocket near their gills that have a bioluminescent fluid in them. So basically, they kind of glow. What's really, really awesome about this new pocket shark species, though, is that the way that we figured out that it was different from the other species is kind of new. It used a lot of novel techniques. A lot of times when you find a new animal and you're trying to describe it as a new species, you have to collect a bunch of them and dissect them and do a lot of really invasive things to figure out everything you can about it, so that if researchers in the future discover one of these animals, they're able to figure out pretty quickly if it's an animal that's already known to science or a new one. But because we only know pocket sharks from 2 specimens and they're different species, the scientists who discovered and studied this animal didn't want to risk destroying it. So instead, they used really advanced technology like CT scans and some really impressive x-rays to get a chance to see inside it and figure everything about it, which just turns out really important because one of the big differences between the American pocket shark and the one that was discovered in the late 70s and early 80s is the number of vertebrae, which is really tricky to tell if you're not going to cut the animal open. So I think it is really, really cool that not only are we discovering new species, but we're using new technologies and new techniques to describe them. It's also really awesome because these animals live pretty far down. The one that was discovered in the late 70s and early 80s lives a little over 1,000 feet below the water. And we don't know a lot about the animals that live that far down. So if you would like to know any more about the pocket shark that was described earlier this summer, and the techniques that went into kind of figuring out what it was, you can check out any of the links below. Otherwise, I'm Hannah Weiss from the Science Museum of Western Virginia, and I think it is so extraordinarily cool that we are still discovering new animals and species on our planet.